Alright guys, it's finally here, and it eradicates the biggest complaint that HomeKit users have with SwitchBot. Thanks to the introduction of the Matter-supported SwitchBot Hub 2, you can say hello to one of your HomePod's new best friends. We finally have native HomeKit support for SwitchBot products. Well, sort of. Let's take a closer look at this thing. Before we get started, I wanted to be fully transparent. SwitchBot did send this hub out free of charge, but as always, I'm going to do my very best to give you my honest thoughts and opinions. If you're not familiar with SwitchBot or their large assortment of products, they're designed as a retrofit option to work in unison with regular day-to-day home appliances in order to give them smart functionality. It's definitely a great option, especially if you're a renter, and it's offered at an affordable price of $69.99. Now back to it. Once we get this thing unboxed, you'll see that we get the hub itself, and this has kind of a clean, minimalistic look to it. And it's currently only available in this white color, and it does have this neat little kickstand on the back of it so you can prop it up. We get a normal power brick, and then this USB-C to USB-A cable, which is very interesting. I can't say that I've ever really seen anything quite like this before. The cable actually has a temperature and humidity sensor built into it instead of on the actual device itself. And I assume this is to give you more of an accurate reading. My first thought was a little bit concerning when seeing this because I do intend on putting this on my desk or my entertainment stand in the office, which means the cord will probably hang back behind the desk for a cleaner look. And with the sensor being tucked away with other electronics and cords down there that might be giving off heat and little to no airflow, I was concerned that the reading wouldn't be accurate, but more on that here shortly. To finish it off, we have 2 additional double-sided tapes and our user manual. Once you get it all plugged in, the display will come on right away. And then you want to use the SwitchBot app and follow all the step-by-step instructions in order to get it set up, paired, and all that good stuff. Now it is important to note that this does run exclusively on a 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi network, so that'll be needed in order to use this hub. Now I mentioned earlier that I'll probably have this sitting on a desk somewhere, but with the included double-sided tape, it also gives you the ability to mount it on a wall if you like that look and would prefer to do it that way, which would put the temperature and humidity sensor out in the open and you wouldn't have to worry about any interference. The cord is a little bit longer than most standard USB cables, so you shouldn't have to worry about putting it where you want it. And of course, if it still isn't long enough, you could always use an indoor extension cord or something of that nature. Now I should mention that that issue I thought might be a concern earlier isn't an issue at all. Once I got it put in place, I realized that that temperature and humidity sensor is about 5 inches from the tip of the cord. And I could only see that causing issues if you place it on top of one of those electric fireplaces or something like that. Once you have your hub all set up and paired with the SwitchBot app, you can connect your SwitchBot devices to be able to control them when you're away from home. And of course, that's over your 2.4 GHz channel. There's also a bunch of cool features that are only available through the manufacturer's app, such as programming those 2 buttons on the front of the hub to control other SwitchBot devices and scenes. The hub has a built-in light sensor also, so you can take advantage of this to control your scenes and automations as well. And then lastly, you can sync the built-in IR blaster to control any infrared devices you might have around the house, such as TVs and whatnot. But unfortunately, those features are not exposed to HomeKit as of yet. This also is a Matter-supported hub, so this can be paired with other ecosystems like Amazon's and Google Home. But what you all probably came here to hear about is the HomeKit support. And this is why I used the phrase sort of earlier. Excluding the built-in temperature and humidity sensors, there's currently only 2 other SwitchBot devices that you can get to appear natively in the HomeKit app. That's the blind tilt controller and the curtain rod opener. Now I know that's a little unfortunate, but SwitchBot does intend on adding more devices to that list in the near future. Any of your other SwitchBot devices can still be controlled directly in the SwitchBot app, or you can set up Siri shortcut commands for those devices, which is what I previously did before this hub was available. I will say that pairing into HomeKit was by no means the easiest process for me, but a lot of that was definitely user error. The hub itself and the sensors were very easy. Once I was in the Matter pairing mode, I just tapped the Add Accessory button in HomeKit, like you would with any other HomeKit device, and then it was instantly viewable. My issues arose when I was trying to pair my blind tilt. Now this actually took me quite a few tries, and after timing out, I figured out that this isn't done in HomeKit, even though you can see it as an option under the Add Device tab. You actually have to go back to the SwitchBot app and then bind the blind tilt to the hub under the Matter settings. And then after a short wait, it's now visible in HomeKit. There is a nice step-by-step manual for this that I found on their website, but it isn't part of the pairing instructions in the SwitchBot app. Now I am going to give them the benefit of the doubt here, as this is the first Matter integration to HomeKit that SwitchBot has done, and I'm sure there are plenty of updates that they plan on rolling out to make that pairing process a little easier. Alright, in conclusion, there's the obvious advantages of picking up the hub too, like exposing your blinds and curtains to HomeKit, but what really gets me excited is all the stuff that's on the horizon. Not only adding their other devices to the list of the ones that are exposed to HomeKit, but think about the possibilities we could have once some of these sensors that are on the product are exposed as well. And as mentioned earlier, this was launched with a price tag of $69, and it can be picked up using one of the affiliate links below, which would greatly help out the channel. Let me know down in the comments what you're most excited about with the Matter and HomeKit support finally coming to SwitchBot. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.